Good morning. Welcome to Casa TexPina. We're on build day number 44 today. This is Wednesday. The guys should be on site already this morning, and they're continuing with the concrete that they poured at the end of yesterday afternoon for that lintel beam around the top of the dirty kitchen. Aside from that, they are still continuing to work the block walls for the box window. Pardon me just a moment. All right. They're continuing to work the box windows and the hallway half bath and staircase area. So that should be where the main focus is today. They'll be pulling off the forms off of all the concrete that they poured yesterday. So we should have a look at that here momentarily. So let's get started. All right, let's take a quick walk around this morning and see where everybody's located as they're getting started today. Mr. Pablo's back today. Looks like they're mixing concrete and mortar. So it looks like they've already made a couple batches of mortar over there on the side. Oh, hard to see in the shadows, my fault. So we've got a couple batches of mortar, batch of concrete. You're gonna finish the top. Pardon me. Finishing up where we left off. Oh, we're going to be building the beam going across the picture window today. Looks like Mr. Manny and Mr. Orley are taking care of that today. And they're pulling the forms from, excuse me, pulling the forms from the concrete we poured yesterday. Morning. Hey, good morning. Okay. So, let's see what's going on in the guest side of the house. Mr. Justin's back today in Jericho. Pulling the forms off of the kitchen area. Mr. Oliver up there on top. Taking the forms off of the column that they poured yesterday. And continuing with the hollow block for hallway half bath. All right, we'll come back to that later. Hey. Okay, so after mid-morning break, guys are getting started with the forms for the box window. They're going to set up the bottom of it. Coming around on the inside, they've already got the posts in place for the front porch. They'll pour this probably a little bit later this afternoon. Initially, they're only going to pour the bases just to get those set today. Then they'll form up the rest of it. Working on the cross beam above the support beam above the large picture window. This is all 16 millimeter rebar going horizontally, with 10 millimeter rebar doing the stirrups. Looks like Mr. Jericho and Justin on the other side are starting to do hollow blocks above the lintel beam, so we'll go up another 3 or 4 courses. I'll ask here momentarily and find out how high they're going to go. Okay, talking with the mason, Mr. Jericho out there. They're going to put in 4 courses of hollow block and then place another large beam to support the attic floor, which will go up above this across to the other side of the kitchen area. So all this above the kitchen and the great room will have a second floor above it for the attic space, and that'll be a concrete slab. So today, tomorrow, probably going to be focused on getting that wall up to the correct height, both on this side by the great room and the master suite, as well as across to the kitchen, pantry area, and part of up a little bit of the dirty kitchen coming across here. We'll watch and see. And hallway half bath, still working our way up. This is the third beam, did the tie rod going across the top. Tie all the walls together. And they also pulled off the form off of the column on the other side of Mr. J there. Looks decent. We'll go around on that side and take a look at it. Cut through the kitchen. Not too bad. They're putting the forms into place to continue with that today. So they'll pour that sometime later today. All right, we're gonna take a walk around real quick just before lunch, see what everybody's working on. This is the back side of Mr. Ben. He and Mr. Oliver are working on the building forms for the next course of beams that they're going to be pouring. This is in the back side of the house. This is the maid suite and utility room that they're working on. So they're working their way around the corner. See if I can work my way around. You can see where Mr. Oliver's working on the inside. Alright. They've been working on making a lot of mortar mix here in the garage area. They pulled off the forms along the inside of the dirty kitchen that they poured yesterday. That part looks good. These forms they left on, they just poured that this morning around the side. Okay, so they'll pull that off probably either late this afternoon or early tomorrow morning. They'll pull that off. Mr. Justin and Mr. Jericho are adding 4 more courses of hollow block to the walls separating the great room and the master suite. Once they get those 4 courses done, they'll do another large beam that should look similar to this beam that they built today. These are to support the ceiling that's going to go over the top. There will be a attic floor space directly above the living room and main kitchen. So there'll be an attic concrete slab attic floor that'll be up there. Let's continue walking around, see if I can work my way through here without getting knocked on the head. Last time I walked through the area, I got knocked on the head. So they're still working on building forms. They're going to continue pouring the rest of that at some point. Mr. June is still pouring out, adding in more fill. So they're just getting it roughly up to grade. Then they'll come back through and water it and compact it down. Okay. Mr. J is bringing Alex another load of mortar. So we're up to, let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're up to the 5th course of hollow block. This is going to be the half bath in the hallway. Should be good size. And my good buddies over here at the front are working on the adding another course of hollow block to the front wall before they start putting in the box window. I wanted to make sure that we had enough height so that the top of the countertop and the bottom of the box window were at the same level. I didn't want to have a countertop drop down to the box window, so it should be level all the way across. That should put the box window at the same height as the same height as the rest of the windows on the bottom. Alright, so when they get done with that third course of block, they're going to replace the beam, the rebar beam you see over here on the floor. They'll put that back in place and be back in business. Alright, we'll catch you guys after lunch. Alright, we're at post lunch walk around. Looks like Mr. Ben is still working on building forms. I hear the concrete machine running. Let's see if they're mixing concrete or mortar. I see a bunch of mortar. And I see rock going in, so that means they're mixing concrete. We're pouring concrete this afternoon somewhere. Let's go walk around, see if we can find out where they're pouring concrete. All right. Got the box window up. This is the base of the box window. So it'll come out from that wall probably about 2 to 3 feet. And then have the windows out from there. It's basically a bay window in a box shape. All right. Mr. Edmund over there still watering down the blocks. Every little bit of water helps them get a little bit stronger. Let's go look through on the inside, see what everybody's doing. They've got 4 courses of hollow block here. So the next thing to go across will be a beam that will look similar to this one. Alright, so they're getting ready to pour some more concrete. Looks like they're going to finish the beam here, top, the rest of that column, and then this beam here as well. Looks like Mr. Justin and Mr. Jericho are getting ready to do more hollow block on top of this one too. Mr. Rafi giving them a hand. Mr. Alex is cruising. We're up 6 courses of hollow block. Should be a tie rod going through soon. So we'll take a look. I'm gonna go walk through the other side. Before I got a closet here, I can still walk through this area. Back where we started from before. Looking good. All right, let's go run over to the garage and see where they're working on the concrete. Coming at you from high above Casa TexPina. This is the end of build day number 44. Guys have been busy today getting us up a little higher in the center of the house, and also working on the lintel beams throughout the maid's suite slash utility room over here behind me. Here in the kitchen in the center area, you will see they have built up the hollow block walls in the center above the lintel beam, up four more courses. The steel men have been working on the beams that are going to go across the picture window, as well as the window slash door going out to the back porch through the breakfast nook. Here in the kitchen, closer to where I am, we're also up the 4 courses of hollow block to match the other side. What you're seeing up here, a little bit higher than this on the next thing up. Next thing up here is going to be another beam, a little bit larger than our lintel beams on top. A little bit larger than our lintel beams on top, and they're going to build then that's going to be the base of the floor for the attic space. So let's see, what else have they been working on today? The hallway half bath has been completed. Well, sorry, not completed. They've worked up to, let me count real quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, looks like 8 courses of hollow block. And they've still got 2 more courses to go on it, starting tomorrow. They did do some more, finish doing some more lintel beams throughout the area today over on the guest side of the house. That was where the primary focus has been today, is working on this side. We did make a decision on the box window in the front. We're actually going to turn it back into a bay window. So we're going to slant the corners just a little bit, make it into a bay window. It is going to be raised up off of the ground, so it's going to come out from a flat surface. So it'll be up 4 courses of hollow block, and then so that the base of it is the same height as the rest of the windows, and then around the building, and then it'll go ahead and do the bay look from there, the rest of the way up to the soffit and eaves. All right, so that's pretty much wrapping up for today from Casa TexPina, high above the corner of Placentia and Tenerife. All right, if you liked today's video, please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe, or hit the Casa TexPina star in the bottom right hand corner and you'll be subscribed. If you'd like to know when our next video has been uploaded for your viewing pleasure, hit the little bell icon just below the viewing screen and you'll be notified. Until then, have a great afternoon and God bless. Thank you for watching. If you liked today's video, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon to be notified when our next video becomes available.